Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachah Kodash, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to you, Akim, shalom to the elect, shalom to you, few Akwaf that's in obedience to your husbands and doing what's required. Back at you to another lesson through the Spirit for the elect, all right? And just going to go into this... The moves that the elite are making, and they're going to try to play the role of minority now. They're going to try to play with these small hats. They're going to try to play the role of they've been part of a lot of killing and genocide. So now they're going to try to humanize themselves. You know, Satan Yahoo has been doing all types of killing and genocides and stuff like that. They have their own state. All right. So they've been doing all types of war crimes going on, but now they're in a witchcraftery state where they're going to try to humanize themselves, knowing that they own the entertainment business, they own the news channels, they own everything. But now they're going to try to humanize themselves as if they are the minority or the super minority, and they're trying their best to. This is their end. All right, Revelations 12 and 12. This this is going to be part of Revelations 12 and 12. All right, so I got a news clip for you, and then we're going to hit the precepts and break it down. This is all witchcraft, by the way.
Now be classified as 844, everybody. In a groundbreaking announcement by the U.S. Commerce Department, will result in a historic expansion for Jewish businesses, not only in New York, but across the country.
And Jewish businesses will now be classified as minority business enterprises, making them eligible for billions of dollars in grants, contract, and loans. Dubi Honig is the founder and CEO of the Orthodox Jewish Chamber of Commerce, and he's joining us this morning to discuss the impact of this new classification. So good morning to you, Dubi. Great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today.
Yeah, I mean, huge week for you. Very exciting. Can you talk specifically about what this change means then?
Absolutely. It's so historic. Think about it. The Hispanic community is 19% of the U.S. population. The African American is 15% of the U.S. population. The Jewish population is 2%. And all the minorities, MBDA, billions of dollars of grants since 1969 when they established the Minority Business Development Association under the U.S. Department of Commerce. There's hundreds of programs and billions of dollars of revenues and grants and all different contracts from startups to big companies who are eligible, including banks, were obligated to give specific amounts of loans to minorities that Jews were not included in. And no one understood it. And people always voicing frustration. Jews are always the underdog. And it doesn't make sense. Like 2% of we're the biggest, smallest minority in America, you know? And we had no voice. We had no eligibility to access our taxpayers' dollars as the biggest minority and the biggest suppressed people.
So you signed the agreement on Monday, right? So I guess the question is how quickly does it go into effect, and how soon can businesses start to see some of the money?
So the answer is as follows. We had changed the way the U.S. Department of Commerce is going to, and the Minority Business Development Association are going to go forward with the applications. So I had a meeting with them right afterwards for updating the applications. So right now, until the applications are updated, and to remove different based on race, so based on different color, what you have to check out when you apply for it, those are being re-updated. So after we signed the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, to recognize Orthodox Jews as minorities, and I want to tell you about it, that it took us a year and a half to advocate for this, but during the year and a half that we went back and forth, and during that time, there was a new Supreme Court law passed in Texas with a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Commerce, how they went about identifying minorities, that it wasn't fair, specific grace. So when that happened, I said, you know what, let's include all Jews. not just Orthodox Jews.
Yeah.
And we updated the MOU, and we're able to, when we came to the final close signing, it was redone to include all Jews, not
Yeah.
just Orthodox
So
Jews.
how soon can folks start applying for any type of grants, and how many businesses is this really affecting?
So this is affecting across all 50 states. 2% of the United States population. So every Jewish business, I'm talking about big businesses and small businesses. You know, when you go for a government contract,
Yeah.
it goes based on the score. You automatically have a 5% advantage in your score, like the school test, to get the grant, to be able to get that grant. And now a lot of Jewish businesses are going to be able to get those grants, but also from a bank perspective. You know that banks have to lend money on a lower interest rate as well. The Treasury is also a partner of ours, because now this MOU includes many different departments within the Department of Commerce that we represent. They created a 50-state initiative that gives minorities, instead of like the bank giving you 70%, you get an extra 30% for startup business.
Okay. So you were, I guess, at Mar-a-Lago about to talk more about this with President-elect Trump, right? You're also going to be at the inauguration. Do you have a hand to kind of make sure this got done?
I want to say that I was so impressed by the unification of the transition teams, because we had right now, by the signing, we had Madia Latif, who she is the new undersecretary, who's taking over from Eric, the undersecretary, as well as with us Don Graves. Don Graves was the deputy secretary, and a special shout out to Joanne Hill, who's running everything, who's continuing it. So Joanne and Madia Latif are working with us side by side. So we had the previous administration and the new administration, and it was her first day on the job.
Yeah.
And everyone was so excited. She said, this is something that I am so appreciative to be start my first day in the United States Department of Commerce, running this whole department with a historic change that really was a wrong that was fixed. We've done that on a bipartisan level, so we're really excited about working with them, and very appreciative. Again, I want to acknowledge Don Graves, that pushed hard, the undersecretary and the deputy secretary and the undersecretary Eric, and of course Joanne Hill, and now to work with them.
Well, this change is a huge step, and we appreciate you coming in and talking about it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
It was posted on that.
Yes, it is effective already now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just the applications have to be done.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Now they're back into trying to humanize themselves, man. First of all, America has been giving Israel, which they have their own country. How they are a minority. It's so-called blacks, especially Southern Kingdom of Israel, has no country to go to. All right. So these people have their own country. They run Hollywood. They run the music business. They run everything. They if you look deep inside of like different leaders of all these countries, even the so-called African countries and Haitian countries, they are the heads of these countries. These people have all the power, and they've been getting reparations since 1948ers, since 1948, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but Trump also works for them. All right, they've never been denied loans. You know, I've seen something where they don't get denied loans. They are the bankers. They are all this stuff, man. These owners of all major companies and, you know, heads of all these countries. These people are not the minority, but they have to humanize themselves. They have to bring in some type of sympathy, like they use their what they use. So you know, when you speak on it and bring the facts upon what they use, and you know the tragedies that they try to bring up so they can call you an anti-Semite or anti you know that. They they use this stuff, man, to for people to feel sorry for them, stuff like that. But they are the murderers. They are the supremacists, along with America. They are the bloodshedders, along with America. Look what they did in the genocide in Palestine recently. Now they're coming on the TV channels, which they own, to try to claim that they are the minority. They're 2%. All right. This is something they're the ones behind all the setups of hurricanes and fires and all this stuff. This is what they do. All right. They're trying to humanize themselves, which they are going to try to as best they can. All right. This is what they do. They're trying to be able to bring in more lies. All right. All right. Let's go to this here. Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And these people, they speak lies. They don't speak facts. Once you bring out facts, they start calling you anti-Semite, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. All right. So now they're going to create more lies, create more BS. So the majority can feel sorry for them, so they can be the victims, because that's what they do. They want to be part of the victim, but really they are the wolf. They're the ones that are trying to kill and destroy. All right. Let's get this on the NLT. I like that NLT stuff, man. The NLT translation. Some of it is crazy. So, but most of it is on point. Psalms 58, verse 3. These wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. All right. And probably 99% of these small hats don't believe in the Lord. They're atheists, you know, and they have a whole country, man. How are you a minority and you have your own country, all right, with armies, all right? How is that? Okay, understand this, man. This is and you have your own, like when you go to New York, they have their own little towns, all right? You got, they got their own banks. They have systems in place, all right? So this is all BS, all right? It's all BS, and Satan. It's all about. Satan is all about deceiving, and that's what they're on. This deceiving campaign. They're on a deceiving campaign. All right, and the elect and brothers in this truth, we see through it. Revelation 2, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich, and that's talking about the real Hebrew Israelites. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that's actually going through things, that actually get turned down loans and get redlined, that actually are the majority in the prison systems. All right. You don't see these people because the minorities are majority in the prison systems, that actually can't have businesses and stuff like that. All right. They actually are down on the jobs that are, this is what they're talking about. This is what the scripture and this is what they're doing. And these liars, these small hats is right here. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jew and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. All right. And that's plain and simple. Let's see what the NLT is talking about, man. Let's see what the NLT is saying. NLT is saying, I know about your suffering and your poverty, but you are rich. I know the blasphemy of those opposing you. They say they are Jews, but they are not, because their synagogue belongs to Satan. And that's the truth. When you look into their Talmud is full of satanic witchcraftery. All right. And this is part of their satanic witchcraftery. All right. I bet you if you look, whatever newscast that they were just on, I bet you look behind the scenes and stuff like that, his people are there in power, controlling the narrative. All right. And that's what's going on. They can't get enough. They cannot get enough of lies and deceiving, But ultimately, that's going to be to their detriment. All right. Revelations 3 and 9. Look, I will force those who belong to Satan's synagogue, those liars who say they are Jews but are not, to come and bow down to your feet. They will acknowledge that you are the ones I love. And that's what's going to happen when the second coming of Yahweh Shai is coming. All right. They're going to be off in their bunkers and stuff like that. And Yahweh is going to give that standard to his elect. and his chariots are going to come through and destroy all this BS, and the missiles are going to be hitting. It's going to be all types of stuff going on, but that's going to be the time of the declaration of who the true people of the Lord will be. All right, not these devils, man. These devils that are on the clock, round about all hours, creating nothing but mischief because they know they have a short time. Behold, this is in a New King James Version. Behold, I will make them all the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. They lie. So this is a lie. They're not. Come on, man. They have a whole country. They can flee this country and go over there and get paid by this country. What do they have? Dual citizenships. All right. All the people that was behind the pandemic were so-called your synagogue of Satan. All of them. They had dual citizenships. All right. Behind all the jab, they are part of that man's team. How are you the minority when you're controlling the people? You know? But do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet and to know that I have loved thee. All right. This is what's going on, man. Now they're trying to claim they're the minority. All right. And that's what they do. They try to take what is ours or take and try to become the victim. But really, they are the wolf in sheep's clothing. All right. Micah chapter 2, verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. All right. And that's what they do. They take you to the fields. They take your money. They take what's owed to you. You know, this is what they do, man. Now they're claiming they're a minority. All right. Because it sounds, oh, let's feel sorry for them. But you guys are the murderers of Palestine. You're the murderers of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You guys own the ships that brought the slaves over here in 17, in that time. All right, of our bondage. They own the ships. All right, they're no victims. All right, and they took our heritage. All right, let's go to. I did some. Let's go to Revelations 12:12. Because they know they have a short time. All right. Now they're going to start getting all the benefits. Watch them get all the they're just bloodsuckers, man. All a certain type of benefits and just step over the people. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Dwell in them. Woe, meaning destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right. And this is what's going down, man. These devils are going to utilize Trump, his power, to bring down the so-called, or bring down the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. The elect too, as a majority, mostly the elect, because they know that this truth is coming out and it's not being stopped. They know that they can't do nothing about it. So now they're using all their left-hand power, which is the beast system, your media, your casting spells, all this shit. This is what they're doing, man. All right. They're hijacking, the hijacking effect, I would call it. All right. They're claiming that they're the 2%. All right. That's crazy. That's blasphemous. All right. Just, But with that, I hope the elect was edified. I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Ochaha Kodash, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone and the apostles of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.